Okay, I'm live. Not that anybody is online yet. Why do I have 9 to 5 stuck in my head? I think it's your fault. Hey, Summers. Summers, you're the first one. Ooh, Shadow, you're still in a feisty mood, I can tell. So I'm going to give it a few seconds and see if Doug will pop in, since he's the one who wanted to see me throw onion all over the floor. I guess I'll let him have the opportunity for that to happen. Hey, Vic. I don't know. Ooh, Vic is on. You want to go say hi to Vic? Vic, Indy wants to know if you still think she's Princess Jasmine. Vic has to not type out a response, so it could take a second. Vic says, of course, why wouldn't I?
Not Princess Jasmine. Not Princess Jasmine. Very much like Alice in Wonderland. With chocolate milk. Yeah. But very red panda.
Very red panda. That's the chocolate milk. Yeah. Summers says hello.
Hello. Oh, there's typing on the side.
There's typing on the side, but nobody's typed anything since Vic said you look like Jasmine.
But I don't look like Jasmine.
Well, he said, why wouldn't he think?
They said, oh, hello, Alice. It's true. How was gay days? Oh, it was great. It was
Okay.
super.
It
We
was
got-
super.
Oh, you have your shirt.
I
don't
have my shirt on.
My shirt's in the bag.
There's a stormtrooper. He's very gay. Very, like, super gay stormtrooper. Those are the best kind, probably.
Probably.
Do you think they're better at aiming if they're gay? Probably not. Vic says it's a win. Close the shirt.
It is a very sassy,
He is a very
stormtrooper.
gay stormtrooper.
Sassy ass stormtrooper.
So they sell these shirts as like a second thing. It's not like anybody who shows up just gets a shirt. So everybody in the park was wearing red today, and the two of us were wearing white, just like as a weird random coincidence. And so then we're sitting there going, gee, there's a lot of people in red shirts, and we'd wanted to go to Gay Days and had kind of like planned it a little bit, and then kind of like lost sight of what day it was and like what day Gay Days was. And it just so happens that she has today off. So we just happened to be going to Disney, and it just happened to be Gay Days. So we had brunch, had some mimosas, rode a few rides, then headed to like the water ride, got soaked, and then had an excuse to buy ourselves t-shirts. He's super, super. May the fierce be with you. I've never seen that. Did you know that this says may the fierce be with you on it? Oh, okay. Just me. Good. Good. I'm glad I'm paying attention. It was a great day. Then we came home and took a nap and went to the store, and now I have margarita. Yeah. Not my favorite margarita ever. It needs salt.
Salt over here.
No, I have salt over here. Shadow, why is Han ignoring you? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started, and if Doug misses me throwing onion all over the floor, then that's his fault. We are making... So I'm actually using a real recipe from a real cookbook today, unlike my Post-it note tomato soup recipe from last week. So this is from America's Test Kitchen, the best 30-minute recipes cookbook. They have a ton of like recipes that they've tested out. They've got like some that are the best make ahead, or the best 30-minute, or the best, like just really random ones, best for the Dutch oven kind of a thing. So we are making, it is technically the taco salad one, because I'm going to turn it into taco salad, but you could easily turn this into actual tacos because it's only a recipe for the meat. So I just have some ground beef, nothing like super crazy fancy or anything like that, that I'll be grilling up. But because Doug gave me so much crap last week about starting my ingredient prep beforehand, so all I had to do was toss stuff into the pot, I'm going to do it all while you all stare at me instead, and then he might get the excitement of watching me throw onion on the floor, because I usually have an issue with chopping onion where it just ends up kind of going everywhere. So I'm going to do that for now and grab a bowl for my onion. Oh, a Dutch oven is technically the name for this pan. I don't know if that tells you how big this is. This is I think it's like a 6-quart Dutch oven. They're cast iron. They come with a lid usually. It's what I made the soup in last week too. They aren't always enameled. That one is enameled, but sometimes you just see them as like regular cast iron. And the only farts that they smell like, Vic, are the ones from the immersion blender. So there you go. See, this stream is always... Indy can't see the chat from where she is, so she's just going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about farts for?
No, please continue with that.
Vic said that he thought that Dutch ovens were when you trap a fart under the covers. What?
Oh, the glasses are on.
The glasses are on because I'm going to cry.
Waving.
The sunglasses go on when I chop onions because otherwise I cry. Well, I still cry under the sunglasses, but I think I cry less
I'm seeing who's writing.
than I would otherwise. So there you go. Here, you can read me my chat.
Okay. PTO says he can't make it to the stream. And will you forgive him?
Yes.
She says no. Vic said,
Definitely said
I
no.
just assumed all ovens in the Netherlands smelled like farts. And then Shadow says, yay, onion landmine. Han says, oh no, not the onions. Be ready, boys and girls. We about to cry.
I like the voices that you're doing.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Each one of them has a different voice since I don't know who they are.
I mean, you know Vic's dogs.
Which ones are the dogs? Vic, who's your dogs?
Vic's dogs are the ones that are always cold. And in the blankets and the cuddles.
Oh, puppies.
You're super tough. Obviously.
What?
You.
Me?
Yeah. Oh, puppies.
I'm super badass until it comes to puppies. Aw, puppies.
So guys, this is going to take me a second because as we discussed last week, I don't like onion chunks, and so I'm trying to cut these as fine as I possibly can so that I don't have to be a baby about eating dinner later because of all the onion chunks. And I've already picked the maximum amount of onions out of something that it's possible to pick onions out of. So
The pizza?
Yeah, the pizza. We had barbecue chicken pizza that had no joke, onion pieces.
Shots fired.
Onion pieces this big in it.
Victor said shots fired.
Who's firing shots? Is it me? It's probably me.
Probably. Was it me?
No,
Was it Indy? Shots fired. Indy at you. Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa. Whoa. When did he fire shots at me?
no, Indy at you.
Oh, because I made a joke that said, no, you'll probably still cry later. Because these onions are going to kick your ass. They're actually not that bad today.
Give it a second. You never know.
Oh, okay.
And I haven't even really thrown any on the food, but they're definitely starting to. There we go.
throwing them on the float.
That's gonna be my new tagline. I don't know if you guys have had a second to like pop by the channel page for this YouTube account, but like the only description that I have is first chop an onion, because that's what I've done the first 2 weeks. And I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna have to update it so that it says first chop an onion and then throw some of it on the floor.
So it was in the document.
Nothing but want to put a tablespoon of olive oil on it.
Do we have to use a spoon or anything, or can I just
No, you can just.
tablespoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are not baking.
Guesstimation.
So if we were baking, it would actually matter and you would want to be precise, but we're not. So,
So who are these? Sorry.
so
there's
let
Vic.
your girlfriends measure it, guys.
So we've got Vic, Summers, who's Shadow, and who's Han.
Well, Han, you know, shot first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Han shot first.
I don't. No, Han shot first.
Shadow, you have a dog, right? This is all of the like.
Megan's gonna watch it. Yeah.
This is pretty much what
India.
Indy recognizes people based on.
They're animals. Yes. No, they don't play the pew pews.
No, that's not true. You've played the pew-pews.
Give it up. Well.
Okay. You could practice more.
No. Okay. Thank you.
You did so good on Star Killer Base that one day. You turned in a full circle before you died.
Thank you.
That was the GA map for anybody who was curious. You know, you can get away with only using half the onion. Okay. Good, because I just got tired of chopping onion. Summer says that my text to speech is a good addition to the stream. He means you. Shadow says that he does have a dog, so I now have to find you pictures of Shadow's dog.
Yay.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna survive the onions. So the sunglasses are coming off. I'm gonna heat the oil up. And I'm only gonna use half the onion because I'm already over chopping onion. And while the oil heats up, I'm going to do my other ingredient prep. Summers, I'm sorry that your dog said no, but definitely you would not want to post their pictures without permission. Okay, this is like the biggest garlic clove I've ever seen in my life. So I'm supposed to use 4. Oh, this one's more normal. So I might use less than 4 if they're all super giant, but you can kind of never have enough garlic. So if that ever happens to you guys, just know that you don't have to use all of the garlic. Oh, Summers, if you've already posted pictures of your dogs, then I'm pretty sure you get to post however many more you want. I think that's how the rules work. If you've never seen it before, this is a garlic press. You put the garlic like in here and then like squish it and it all comes out through the holes. This one is really, really heavy. So you could also use it as a weapon probably, or like throw it at somebody. But I'm not going to do that today. So before you stick garlic through there, I cut both ends off just so that it has like somewhere to like squish out through when you squash it. So that's the only prep work that is necessary there. This is chili powder. So I'm supposed to use two tablespoons, but my tablespoon won't fit in the jar. So you can use, it's 3 teaspoons for you Americans to a tablespoon. So I'm just going to do math instead. Mostly. I'm sorry, Vic. I did not mean to sound aggressive by labeling Americans. You Americans. I assume that there are people on here who are not Americans. It's hard to tell. And I know that Doug has left us, but oh well. So this is going to go in first and get started. Much less sizzle than last week. Because I didn't forget that I had the stove on this time, so we're learning. Oh, Doug, you just missed me chopping onion. But it's fine because there's definitely some on the floor, and you can rewind the stream and watch me talk about how I'm throwing it on the floor. And now that Doug is here, Vic, I get to say for you Americans without getting in trouble. Okay. Doug, let me know when you've rewound, and then I'll get you caught up with what we've got going. For those of you that are not Doug, this is what it looks like so far. It's just chili powder, onion, and oil. I'm just hearing random commentary from the couch. So fun fact about garlic and garlic presses. So the garlic like skin gets stuck in there, and so you usually have to fish it out. So if you end up touching actual garlic with your fingers or onions, and you have a spoon or your like faucet on your sink is stainless steel, that's the like shiny one, you can actually get it wet and rub your hands on it, and it does some chemical thing, and then it doesn't smell. I usually just dangerously use a knife instead, but if that's not your style, I understand. When the garlic is that big, I'm kind of really glad that my garlic press is as heavy as it is, because it kind of does most of the work for me. And then I don't have to struggle. I'm sorry, Doug, you'll get there. It's right about the time where I say, oh, look, I haven't thrown onion anywhere, and then I threw onion places. Just so you know what I'm talking about, this is the cutting board. So I've got all this onion like just kind of chilling like around the cutting board, that keeps trying to escape. It's all good. There's no time limit. And Disney was really good. It was surprise gay days, which I love. When you guys are cooking with like chili powder, don't stick your face over the steam, because then you end up inhaling chilies. So in goes the garlic until I can smell it. This is probably not why girls wear really large sunglasses, but it works out that I wear really large sunglasses for this reason. So there we go. So ground beef, Wavy and Doug. So we have half an onion, some chili powder, garlic, and now I'm about to add. How much garlic have you added? Why? I've chased Indy out of the room. I've tossed beef everywhere. Do you want my sunglasses? Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. You want to open the back door? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I've smoked my girlfriend out of the room with the onions and the chili powder because she's not wearing her safety goggles.
Safety goggles would not do anything.
Safety goggles would do something.
Oh, they wouldn't.
That's gonna 11%.
Oh, no.
So now that the beef is in there, it's gonna go for about 6 minutes until it's brown. Vic, your safety goggles are probably more stylish than mine are. So sometimes I wear these. These are my like day-to-day sunglasses, but they're actually about to die. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I've got like a crack right here because the Nay-Doggo like ran into my face while I was wearing these. So sometimes I use those. Sometimes I use these guys. The trick is to use large sunglasses. These are crooked. There we go. If you're going to be the kind of person who wears sunglasses instead. And the only sunglass size that I wear is large and larger. So there we go. Yes, Wavy, definitely go to sleep. I'm actually really surprised you tuned in at all. So thank you. But go away. Oh, and hi, Brady. I don't think I ever said hi to you. So when you have a fuck ton of chili powder, it's kind of hard to tell, wait, that way, when the beef is cooked because it kind of makes all of it look a little bit brown, which is why I'm using a timer instead of just eyeballing when it should be brown. Because usually I would just go, okay, yeah, this is cooked, and we go with it. But for those of you who tuned in late, I'm cooking from an actual cookbook. So it tells me things like about 6 to 8 minutes is how long it's going to take to cook the meat. And at this point, we're pretty much just hanging out and waiting until it's done. And then we can add our final ingredient. And this one's actually a pretty quick recipe. The cookbook is quick 30-minute recipes, and it's usually 30 minutes when you include ingredient prep time. So in the amount of time it took me to chop that onion and do the garlic and all of that stuff, it's pretty much counting that in. So it's a pretty quick one. Usually, like if I wasn't cooking on a cooking stream, I would be cheating and using something like this. I wasn't able to find, like, the 6 months that I did a study abroad in England, I wasn't ever able to find something like this. So I don't know that this is available in other countries, but in the United States, there's like tons of different brands, and it's all just like, this is just chili powder, some paprika, some cumin, some oregano, like processed. onion and garlic and all kinds of stuff. It's like natural flavors, but it's probably not very natural, but it's basically all just the same spice mix. And you just add this and some water and some beef, and you have what I'm doing on the stove right now. Vic Teo eats these cubes. They're like compressed hay, and they're like, I think it's 60% alfalfa hay and 40% oat hay, and they're just like shoved into these cubes that are probably like about this long. And he just crunches away on them. He dunks some of them in his water bucket, which makes it fun to clean later. I love him. And this is me refilling my chili powder thing. Since the timer is about to go off. Vic, I didn't know that the smell traveled. Is this going to be like last week when Wave E and I were talking about how long it would take to mail him soup? Okay, so now that the beef is done, our last step is 8 ounces of tomato sauce. So this is different. There's a ton of different canned tomato products out there. There's tomato paste, there's diced tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, whole tomatoes, tomato sauce. So there's like a ton of different ones. So I think I've used like 2 different ones because last week we used crushed tomatoes. So this week it's tomato sauce. It just gives it a little bit of a tomato flavor. So let me mix it all together and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So it looks like that. It's going to cook for another 2 minutes or so, and then it'll actually be done. So that's how super easy this recipe is. Really not very much to it. Even less when you only use half the onion. And I'm glad to be providing you guys with some ASMR content. So yeah, super, super exciting, super easy. So once that's done, I'm going to start heating up oil. I'm going to try and make some tortilla chips on the stove. But as you can see behind me, I actually have tortilla chips just in case that goes very badly. Because you never know with me and oil.
Did you want to just fake Rachel Ray, like, bowl flips?
Sure.
Oh, wait, we did this earlier. Surprise!
Yes, you can do a fake Rachel Ray bowl flip when we're done.
Take that, Gia.
Ground beef taco seasoning and Tostitos cheese sauce. Oh my God, Vic, that sounds really good. Can we put the leftovers of this into some Tostitos cheese sauce for tomorrow for football?
Yeah.
Perfect. That was a yes. Doug, if you want to make tacos, this is pretty easy. So feel free to heat up your stove now and get caught up. What I was gonna say, because it's kind of breakfast, well, it's earlier over there for you guys, is you could make a dish called chilaquiles that I actually had for breakfast this morning, which is like salsa and meat, like this kind of thing, and chips that are all like soggy and cheese and a fried egg on top. It's my favorite breakfast food ever, pretty much. And that's done. So it's just going to hang out. I'm going to stir it again before I move it. But that's what it looks like. And then you would just use like a slotted spoon or whatever to actually serve it, so you don't get quite as much liquid in your tacos, because that is a sure way of making the whole thing fall apart. So that's going to go there. Yeah, you could fire up your Dutch oven, but your wife might not like that if we're using Vic's definition of Dutch oven. So many sunglasses over here, guys. So I just got these little tortilla dudes, nothing too big, and I'm just going to quarter them, maybe. Are these good chip size? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yes, I am taking these are just little street tacos, flour, and I cut them in quarters. And I'm gonna take this, add some oil. Oh, well, I grew up in a cooking household, so I've always known that there's a device called that. But I'm glad that we can talk about farts in every stream that I've had so far. It's how you know you're doing good work. But yes, one definition is considerably funnier than the other. Thank you, Doug, for reminding me of that. Sammy, I think that's the best first comment anybody's had on this stream. Sammy just came in like super late and goes, "Oh, I'm a master on the Dutch oven." But we're talking about like the fart definition.
Do this shit all the time?
Yes. So Sammy, I showed Indy your like part of your highlight stream last night, which is just you going shit over and over again.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, okay. Oh, shit. A lot of shit.
Eat a bag of dicks is definitely happened at some point.
Oh, shit. He came in and out. Shit.
Yeah, that one.
That's funny.
That guy is funny.
He can stay.
Oh, good. Sammy, you can stay. I'm not going to have to kick you out of the stream.
Yay! Yay for Sammy.
You don't want a margarita?
No.
Okay.
No.
And yes, Doug, this is a margarita, but that is whiskey. It's a tiny bottle, actually. The alcohol cabinet is above the microwave, which makes sense. That's where everybody keeps their alcohol, I think.
Yeah. You're putting it in there.
Yeah. And I'm not making the same mistake as last time. Maybe not making the same mistake as last time. So the last time I tried to fry something, I heated up oil and did it too hot, and it just started smoking like crazy. We had to open like every door and window in my entire apartment. It was not good.
It looked like Armageddon.
It looked like Armageddon. So I put a little bit of water in that, and then to see if it was hot, and it wasn't hot, but now that it's heating up, it's starting to like actually sizzle and go all over the kitchen. So I think I can probably start putting.
What I'm really good at is adding on hand gestures and faces. Ah.
I was moving really fast and they weren't getting me.
So do you already have like tongs set up to flip them?
They're right there.
What are we doing? These ones we're doing the small ones. Why have small ones? Yeah. Why you have little ones?
Mom has little ones.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm not fancy enough. She wouldn't give me any.
That's a good cook. I want to leave one fire.
What?
I don't have anyone. No, I drank all the chocolate milk. Sorry. I'm a little bummed about it.
So now you're having whiskey instead?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know that there is such a thing as a cook up without a fire hazard. So I would love to bring the computer. Let's see if I can manage to do this without lighting my computer on fire. So they're just kind of hanging out in the oil. I have another compulsive stirrer. So last week it was me with all the stirring. Now it's her, which is all good.
I'm like a real good assistant. I'm one of the, you know, like
Ooh,
when they have those.
how do you
shows?
feel about strawberry milk?
All right, Douglas. I like it if it's if it's super frozen. Sammy
You
has
mean like a
Sammy has the Lakers on one screen, cooking on the other.
Well, and you just finished cooking, right, Sammy?
Sammy, what did you cook?
He just did his meal prep, which isn't half as exciting as talk.
He's gonna be like a ton of shit.
I'm sure, in just that voice.
He's probably gonna say he just cooked a ton of shit. Can't even name it. He has to say shit at least once. Okay, we're real excited. We're real sad if he doesn't. coffee, caramel milk, something about a beer and sunshine.
A beer and sunshine.
So Doug has a beer and sunshine.
Oh, a beer and sunshine emoji. Gotcha. That makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it when it makes that noise.
What noise is that? The pop?
Yeah. The one that says that it's about to like murder me. Well, fucking hell, I'm not gonna be the only one.
I haven't had caramel milk, but that sounds
I'm
nice.
sorry, Vic, that your house was more boring than everybody else's until right this second. So go get a drink and come back.
Yeah.
Be nice and make one for the missus while you're at it. Those ones? Yeah. Want one? They're hot.
No.
So over here I've got like a cooling rack that you would use for cookies if you've ever baked cookies, and some paper towel to soak up the excess oil, and then you can just plop the chips on them with hand gestures.
That's what I'm here for.
Oh no, Sammy said he cooked a whole bunch of stuff.
No.
Oh, but then he said other random shit. So
Yay! I don't think I can have that much after
Oh, Vic is home alone. Vic, you're with friends who just aren't at your house, so you're not alone.
Yeah, bro.
Because you've got us. Oh.
What?
Sammy really did make a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Ton of shit. His stuff is probably fit for the exercise channel though, in the Discord. Yes, Vic, you are never alone when you walk with Jesus. I think there's a whole poem or something about that. The footsteps on the beach one. This probably wasn't anybody else's high school experience, but I also spent a lot of time being told I had to leave room for the Holy Spirit. So I assume that the Holy Spirit is also always there to hang out. Okay, when you say lunch, does that mean burgers? Like, I don't really know what American food is. Kind of like how people come to California and they're like, "Oh, what's the like native food of California?" And the answer is Mexican food because yeah, it's avocados and happy cow cheese. And we've veered into sacrilegious conversation on the chat, which is very funny. Hot dogs. I'm sorry, hot dogs with W's. Do you want to taste test one of these chips? One of the ones that's been done for a while? one of the lighter done ones. You want them crispier?
We should double it.
Double crisp?
Mhm.
Okay. You know that's how we light the kitchen on fire, right?
No. Be careful.
You want to pick out the ones that you think are too light and I'll redo them? Just like make a little stack. So today, as you guys can see, I have brought my very own food critic.
Ethan. Should we meet
The hand gestures are why I'm keeping her. Oh, look, my Fitbit thinks I should walk more this hour. You would think it would know that I went to Disneyland and walked like 10,000 steps already, but I guess it doesn't. So once these are done to everyone's satisfaction, so right now they're at like a crunchy but still kind of like soft in the mid, like if you've ever had like taco salad in one of those big like shell bowls, they've kind of got that like flaky texture still, which I like, but they definitely aren't like the tortilla chips in a bag behind me. So I'm gonna fry them up a little bit more. Actually, I can probably turn the heat up, maybe light the kitchen on fire. You never know, anything's possible. You have a request for food critic language. More chips, or is this good? I mean, like, just in general.
like one more round?
This is what happens when everything that gets cooked on this stream becomes tonight's dinner.
Okay, so who wants?
Doug.
Doug.
The last one.
Is Doug from the East Coast?
Doug is not from the East Coast. Well, he might be from the East Coast of somewhere.
And hot dogs.
Yeah.
Or it's very southern.
Yeah, but that's not. I'm like the last one, like the most recent comment.
Can the food critic please use the term big punchy flavors? These are just flour tortillas. There's nothing
There
really
is no
big punchy
flavor.
I
might have big punchy flavor.
That might the big La Crusade might have big punchy flavor.
That's what she calls the Dutch oven, I think, because she doesn't want to talk about farts.
Every time.
That was worth it.
At least the garlic like cloud went away, so my eyes can finally.
It wasn't the garlic. It was definitely the onion
It was the onion mixed with the garlic.
and the chili powder.
It was like all
You
of
were
them
getting-
meeting at once.
you were
like
getting
Captain
smoked.
Planet. Like all the powders combined.
Yeah.
Yep. Summers is back. Who on earth doesn't want to talk about farts? Well,
Was that Vic?
that's Sammy.
Okay.
I'm back, and Emmy and the dogs are set in bed watching you cook. Aw, cute. You're cute when you cook.
I'm cute when I cook.
I don't know, Summers is sitting there, sat in bed with the dogs,
I mean,
watching me cook. And that's cute.
yeah, probably because his dogs are cute. His dogs that haven't given him permission.
Oh, and this person also likes Captain Planet.
Who's that person?
Brady?
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying out. It's a Kepo upgrade, guys, that does talk to speech or talk to text.
Wait, they can't hear you?
No, they can hear me,
Oh,
and they can hear you.
okay. And what does this talk to speech thing?
You're reading all of the chats.
Oh, got it.
I mean, it drinks like Kepo, so.
Okay.
Sammy's Discord has like a
Well, that was awkward.
a little
What was
bot
awkward?
that, oh, you're cute when you talk. That was cute.
I don't know what was in reference to.
Today's more to your satisfaction.
Yeah.
There's some kind of soft in the middle. It's because they're flour tortillas.
You wanted flour.
I know.
I also helped with holding the corn.
There's the food critic does not like Kepo is always pissed. What conversation have I walked into? Yeah, I don't know. We're talking about
Captain Planet. And fart.
pretty much that is the summary of this stream so far. So for everybody who is joining in or is joining back in, I have taco meat in here that is finished that I will show you in a second. I am currently frying some tortillas and making chips. I'm using flour tortillas because I kind of like the flakiness, but the food critic behind me that I can definitely see in the camera does not. So we have spare chips behind me in a bag, and we're going to be assembling as soon as these are done.
Also, taco flavored chips
Taco flavored Doritos, guys,
from
because
Doritos.
America is great.
Because a bold flavor that always brings the heat.
There you go. You heard it here first. Yes. So as soon as the chips are done, we'll be assembling taco salad. Chips, lettuce, cheese, taco meat. Ooh,
They
Doug,
do, Doug. They do have big punchy flavor. Definitely do. Look at that. Big.
big punchy flavor.
Oh yeah, they smell like tacos. Actually. Oh, it does taste like a taco. Odd.
Nope. I'm not feeling it. There you go. I mean they're good, but I want nacho cheese. Like if I'm gonna have Doritos, I want the nacho cheese flavors. Shout out in the chat what your favorite Doritos flavor is,
and I'll judge it from here. Ooh, that one's gonna be good. Yeah. Spicy nachos. Yes. Spicy nachos good. Nacho cheese for the win. Okay.
Okay. Doug's with me.
But the spicy nachos pretty good though.
Yeah.
But they probably have different flavored Doritos like everywhere.
Ooh. There's a question.
Hey, all of the non-US people. Woot woot. Weird chip flavors.
Well, they have prawn flavored things.
Oh, I know Canada. Canada does ketchup flavored everything.
Where's Charm, guys?
In Australia, salted corn chips.
Okay. We have those.
We have those. They're just called chips.
You might know them as
or
crisps.
We might know them as also Fritos. Do you have these?
Only. So they don't have Lay's because they're called Walkers. But they're
Tangy cheese and cool original. Tangy cheese. I'm new to this whole thing. Where is everybody from?
Tell Indy where you're from, guys. Tell her your life story.
Nacho cheese salsa, and then there's a purple bag. Ooh, yes. Doug knows what Doug is. Is that the Flamas? Douglas is in New Zealand. He likes nacho cheese salsa, and then there's purple bag. Sammy's from England. He says shit a lot. I like him. He can stay.
He's definitely from England.
I was just gonna say Sammy's lying through his teeth. Sammy in America.
Sammy is into the NBA, so.
Sammy is. He's watching the Lakers right now. How are they doing? Are they losing?
Sounds about right. I shouldn't hate on the Lakers so much.
Vic is also. I am America.
That is correct.
Sammy says Australia isn't actually a real place.
Is it? Well, okay, but Sammy, if Australia is not a real place, then where are the drop bears actually from?
I'm gonna tell the Irwins you said that.
Answer that.
Tell the Irwins, and he's gonna be blacklisted. I like how I'm just now doing nothing. Watching people text. They unfortunately do not exist.
The drop bears don't exist. Sammy, say it is not so.
Where's Brady from? Now you know where everyone's from. So now you can just tell me since they're all lying to me. Food Critic's gonna go away.
Drop bears are just
Food Critic will leave this thing and never come back, and Indy will never ever talk to you. Feel lied to, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
You'll never know. Not if I'm lied to. Indy's will get no name. Indy is my name.
Indy kind of is her name, actually. I legitimately have a real life friend who calls her Indy.
True story. Jasmine it is.
Okay, so here's the problem, Vic. If you make her believe enough that she is Jasmine, I'm going to end up with a pet tiger in my apartment.
Yeah.
I think that's a joke that people who are not us get, Sammy. Is that an Australian thing?
Over there. Real name's Megan, but not Jasmine.
I'm guessing
Not Jasmine.
it's an Australian thing.
Whatever it is, it's fucking comedy gold.
Okay. You can toss a link in the Discord,
I think I've heard of that.
and I'm sure it will be funny later.
Real name is Megan. You don't have to call me Jasmine. No thanks. I'd rather not be called Jasmine. Okay, bye, peeps. I'm gonna go watch sports.
Let me know how the Lakers are doing, since Sammy won't say if they're losing or not, which probably means they're losing.
I mean, probably.
Are you hungry?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm starving at least. Oh, Michigan State, Ohio State.
So, hey, Alvin. Apparently they're killing it. So, what we have is a stack of chips that I will eat and Indy will not. And then finished taco meat.
Australia that we're gonna watch Crikey is the Irwins.
Apparently we're going to watch Crikey. It's the Irwins. So that's a show.
It is a show.
That is on here. So that is actually pretty much, we're done cooking. So from here, it's just assembly, taco assembly. So if you're making actual tacos out of this, it would just be a tortilla and then whatever taco fixings you like on top of the taco meat. Personally, I really like the sour cream, lettuce, and cheese combination. Also, there's this really great stuff that I don't know if you can get it outside the US, but it's Chipotle flavored Tabasco,
Okay, Sammy's
which is
idea of
great.
killing it is
What's the score?
45 to 37.
Okay, they're up by almost
They're
10.
doing okay.
Apparently the Lakers are only doing okay by Indy standards. So, Sammy, you're going to have to update that mentally. Oh, he stopped watching like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
Coriander, lime, and chili dressing, lettuce, tomato, and cheese for Doug. Doug, have you ever tried cumin in that mix? Because I see a lot of like cumin, coriander, lime things. So I think it's like a nice, like common flavor profile. I definitely do not put ketchup on my tacos, but I'm going to be really honest. I actually put ketchup on my quesadillas because I don't like, I don't really like salsa because it's chunky. And so if I'm going to dip my quesadillas in something, I usually end up going for ketchup. Sammy, I'm supposed to tell you to not turn the Lakers game back on because I don't think it's going very well anymore. So there you go. Summers has never had a taco before. Summers has never had a taco before. Summers, I will send you the recipe. It's pretty easy. It's just onion, garlic, chili powder, which I'm pretty sure is available everywhere, and ground beef, and some tomato sauce in a can, which should also, like, all of this should be available. You might just need to do some math to figure out how much of everything to put in because the recipe is in American measurements, but it should be pretty easy. And actually you can just like, so we have like measurements like teaspoon and tablespoon, and it's literally just like a big spoon and a small spoon. You kind of can't like overdo stuff in this recipe. So if you literally just wanted to, like, rather than do actual math, if you wanted to just literally use a small spoon, you could manage to do that probably without ruining it. So there you go. Have I told you guys this story about the time I went to Chipotle in London and the people behind me were talking about what they wanted, and the lady was, they were like the only English people in the entire restaurant. Well, there was one American behind the counter, like, who was working there, and then everybody else who was eating there, except for the dudes behind me, were American. And then the guys behind me were like, "Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna have the tacos." And I was trying very hard not to turn around and go, "What are you guys talking about?" It's called a taco. A taco. Just makes me sad. But I also had a moment while I was in Spain where somebody corrected me on how to pronounce Big Mac, like the McDonald's hamburger. So it was a weird semester. Okay, so I'm pretty much done. Last time I assembled a dish, but since not all of us are hungry, I am going to assemble later. But I'll shoot you all a picture so you guys know what it looks like when it's done. And I'll shoot you a behind the scenes photo too so you can see all the onion that's on the floor. And yeah, I'm down to hang out and chat.
Excuse me, I'm food critic.
Shoot us a pic of Jasmine after she passes out from too much whiskey. Well, that's what Indy thinks of that idea. Are you going back for your taco Doritos? No? Okay. Doug, if you're hungry for tacos, you should make some tacos. Feel free to live stream your efforts. I am happy to chat at you while you cook. I don't think she realizes that I can see her.
She does.
Well, she does now. How is it?
Good.
Vic, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Really good.
Really
But
good.
you have to say it with like a mouthful of chip. That's how the food critics do it. That's how you know they're a true professional.
That's how Guy Fieri does it.
Oh, well, there you go. You could be the next Guy Fieri.
Sick. Down.
There you go.
I'll have to get like a different hairdo.
You would have to get a different hairdo, which is a bummer because you've been growing out your hair. So
Yes, cheese.
if I streamed cooking, it would be super try hard world record braised short rib. Doug,
Ooh.
while you were doing that, would you also be doing 20 pull-ups? Okay.
We don't have any Nerf toys, sadly.
just waiting for them to type at me.
Oh, yeah, I'll be good. Fritos.
Yeah, because it's basically chili.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think I am going to call it here. Oh, 0 pull-ups, but I might do some clap press-ups. Yeah, close enough. Have you ever been a lifeguard supervisor in not California? No.
No.
Sorry, Vic.
Was that a question?
Well, no. That was a statement. I turned it into a question. I like learning about your past lives, and apparently you were Vic's lifeguard supervisor. Vic, I didn't know that you were a lifeguard that needed to be supervised.
All lifeguards need to be supervised.
I thought
They do.
lifeguards supervise you.
No, but they need supervisors to tell them like what things to man.
There you go. 8 to 10 years. Oh, I think he thinks you're old.
Oh,
I'm kidding, Vic.
wow.
Yeah, 8 to 10 years ago, you would have been like 10, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Now I'm in trouble with Vic. Oh, good. I'm in trouble with both of you now. I mean, she's reading over my shoulder, Vic, so I'm sure she knows that that's not what you meant, and I'm just being an asshole.
Don't worry, Vic. I know. I would not have been a supervisor for Mitch Buchanan. I would have let him do his own thing. Mitch Buchanan is Mitch Buchanan. Do you even know who Mitch Buchanan is?
No, because I'm a baby.
Oh, you don't know Mitch Buchanan?
Nope.
Oh, where's the song?
Oh, good. It has gone from cooking with Aunt F to Discovery, sponsored by Indie. It's not my fault. I'm a baby.
Oh, Baywatch.
Okay, I have heard of that at least, but I was not old enough to watch it when it was a thing. Probably because of the boobs.
Probably.
And yes, now we are back to Aunt F Google's random shit, but with guests. So, welcome to our first guest for the back half of the cooking stream, which is the Googling part.
It was so beautifully 90s.
YouTube is gonna censor my screen. Yeah. How do I fix it? Fix it. Yeah. Look at that. Cool cat. There you go. Okay. Before YouTube is like, fuck that, take that down. Okay, so there you go. Is there anything else
See,
that
Doug
we
likes
can?
the Hoff too.
Because Doug is cool that way. Oh, Doug belongs to Obi.
Oh, Obi's fun. Obi's cute.
There you go. I'm introducing Indy to everybody by their dog in case the latecomers are unaware of what's happening
Yes,
here.
Grady.
a good thing I'm not doing this to be a fancy person, because YouTube would be like, yeah, we're going to take this video down. I might want to scroll up super high for shadows.
Powers combined, I am Captain Planet. Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero. He's our powers, he's magnified, and he's fighting on the planet side. Captain Planet, he's our hero.
There we go.
Gonna take pollution down to zero.
I want to see more Teo in these streams. So there is actually not Wi-Fi at Ponies, so I would have to do it from my phone. It would be a very short stream, and it would mostly consist of me cursing at him because he's kind of a shit. I'm sorry. Is it as good as the Blondie rap?
Oh, it's Captain Planet. All the kids are like, we're gonna save the world. This is what we do.
Sammy says that he belongs to Zolly.
Well, I already know who Sammy is because Sammy says shit all the time, and it's funny to watch.
There you go. Apparently, Sammy, you don't need to have a dog. And I think a couple extra shots next time can only improve things. Okay, Vic, you're not even drinking.
Shit. Redo. Oh, I agree.
No, it's a joke.
I think I'm the shit guy.
Yep. Sammy the shut guy. You went to the store mainstream to get beer.
Well played. Well played.
Okay. Yeah, I actually am drinking less this stream. I don't know why. But like last stream I had like 3 glasses and this is still my first. So I'm way behind. Did you finish yours?
I don't even open it.
Apparently she didn't even open it. She just got it out.
This is just me now. I was letting know. Well, as you know. Maybe I'll join in.
This needs salt. For those of you who are margarita people, salt on the rim or no salt on the rim, let me know your thoughts. There's only like one correct answer, but I'm interested to see who will get it.
Quickly to say.
I actually got hammered my first stream because I was really nervous and I ended up using Nazi accidentally 90% of the time, apparently. Vic, I want footage of that. So please link me to this glorious first stream. However, no salt is the wrong answer.
Did you already? Oh.
It's on my page. Well, it's like it should be unlisted. So you'd have to link it. Yep. I'm sure that's true, Sammy.
I mean, I just throw in accents randomly, so I have.
That's true. So much drinking, Sammy. It's an impressive projection. No wonder Zolly barks at all of the fake roos outside your window during streams. Hey, is there a stream tomorrow? I know you posted the announcements thing, but I would have to actually look at that. Monday, PS4. Ah. All these California Sunday PS4 streams. Since I'm like the only Xbox player. Yeah, that makes sense, Sammy. Definitely you are from England. Actually, Sammy, I'm going to be out of town next week, so you can do an Xbox next California Sunday, but I won't be here to participate because I will be in New York. But yeah, the week after works. I mean, you can do them whenever you want. Obviously, I will catch one eventually. I just usually like listen in from work, and it's less fun when I participate. Well, it's less fun when I can't even like sit and listen and watch the entire thing because I'm sitting at work and like swapping back and forth between the YouTube window and like Microsoft Excel, which is a lot less fun than the YouTube window. So there we go. Ah, perfect. Hey, the Sunday that we get back from New York, there's going to be a stream. So you can play with Sammy if you want. On the Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
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 Going a little bit of everywhere in New York. We're seeing a show on Broadway. We're going to spend some time at the zoo, at the Metropolitan.
Because they have red pandas.
At the Metropolitan Museum of Art, maybe the Natural History Museum. Yeah.
They have dinosaurs.
Because they have dinosaurs. We might try and get tickets to a second show. We only have tickets to one show right now, so we might try and get those like morning of ones.
Sam's got a random question.
Oh no. See you, Shadow. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye, Shadow.
Do they have any Aussie animals in zoos over there? You mean like koalas?
Is this where I was like, is this where I asked the dumb question of koalas and kangaroos and wallabies?
They definitely have koalas at a zoo, like at the San Diego Zoo. I don't know if there are. What about the Santa Ana Zoo?
They have a bear.
Okay. I haven't spent very much time at the zoos in the area, but there are definitely koalas at the San
Red
Diego
panda's
Zoo.
Australian. No, they're not. They're actually more so, I want to say, Japanese. I think they're more Japanese based. I think they're definitely. I just think they're fascinating. I want one. Most pandas from China, correct.
But these
are
aren't
red
like
pandas.
They aren't panda pandas. They're red
They have
pandas.
cute little bushy tails.
I think I posted some gifs of red pandas. Vic, what channel was that in? Was that the Food Channel?
Mm-hmm. Because Vic wanted to know if I was like.
Vic wanted to know if she was like Jasmine, so then we posted.
Because for some reason he said I sounded exotic.
No, he pictures you as exotic. Now, presumably, he pictures you as blonde.
I would hope so.
Do red pandas also suck at having sex like the other pandas? Indy is the red panda expert, so do they also suck at having sex? Tilt. Yep. Okay.
Look how cute that little nugget is. Oh, Nugget. Nepal.
Oh, wait, I could have Googled this. Man.
Could have Googled.
Aunt F is failing at the Google portion of the cooking stream.
Probably I wonder if it's from there.
Maybe.
Wasn't that what I wonder what trivia?
Probably. We go to like a pub quiz.
We have cages with Kaylee.
That guy's funny. Oh, yeah. I mean, Vic, I know what a kiwi is.
I do.
I know what a kiwi fruit and what a kiwi bird is.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we have any in zoos.
I don't
San
think-
Diego's got like everything.
Also have pandas. Regular pandas.
I think it would take me way too long to figure out, like, if I just Googled, like, what's at the San Diego Zoo, I think it would take me 4 years to figure out what they've got. But I guess we're about to put that to the test based on the face behind me. So there we go. But yeah, so we'll be doing a ton of stuff while we're in New York, and some of it is seeing red pandas.
They have the Australian brush turkey, the flame tree, the banded archer fish, a bat, the Australian bee, bird. Oh, that thing is sick looking. Bird of paradise,
All of
bottle
these
brush,
are Australian.
bowerbird,
Fascinating. Ooh.
we have kangaroos and wallabies here.
Yeah, so I guess we do.
We also have
I
the
know.
tree kangaroo,
One zoo that has bears, but not too sure about specifics.
platypus,
I mean, if you don't have a grizzly, are you a real zoo?
a ringtail possum, sugar gliders, the Tasmanian devil, and a wombat.
So the answer is no, we have no Australian anything over here. I'm pretty sure that black bears are from here. I don't know. In California, we have a lot of grizzlies and brown bears, I think. But I mean, it's not the same as having drop bears in our backyards. So there you go. But I think that grizzlies are more friendly than drop bears, from what I've heard. Drop bears are just pretty vicious assholes. That's the technical classification. It's very scientific.
Okay, so we have the, oh, hang on, let's see this one. Amazon's Edge.
What we get?
Well, the Santa Ana one has, they have ocelots, which are just cats.
Yeah, but cats are great. I love
We have
cats.
giant anteaters.
Do we have gray red squirrels and red foxes? Pretty sure, yeah.
Gray squirrels are just squirrels.
Vic says we just have those running around.
Yeah, we have those. We let them go in their natural habitats.
Dog-sized rats. By dog-sized rats, Summers, do you mean rodents
Chihuahuas?
of unusual size?
Or like actual dogs that are the size of rats, which are chihuahuas. My cat's bigger than that.
Which one?
Damien.
Sweet angel.
Sweet angel face. Sweet angel face.
Yeah, a ton of bears. Well, you might run into bears more than you would think. I mean, the average person is not like running into bears right and left, but the problem with bears is that bears like the same kinds of places that humans like. So they're like, oh man, it's hot. We're going to go to the beach. And then you're at the beach and you've got bears. So, no, rats the size of small dogs. I haven't seen any. But I might have mistaken them for a Chihuahua. Oh yeah, Doug, we have some penguins at the aquarium near us. Killed 14 in one summer. No, thank you. No, thank you. This is why I'm not sure that I would be able to survive visiting Australia. Haven't seen one in a few years. Sammy, is that because you killed all of them and their children and their children's children's children and salted the earth behind you? Like they tell stories about you. We're like, oh yeah, no, don't go there. Oh right, I forgot we're calling that Thunder Down Under. Okay, well I'll have to get over my fear of all of Australians' deadly stuff, because I'm pretty convinced Australia would kill me. Found a tarantula nest. No. No. See, now we've gone into things that Seldare does not want to think about. The coast is safe. Okay, the coast is safe, but your spiders, like your just regular spiders, are still like twice the size of my regular spider, and my regular spider tries not to exist. But where are we going specifically, other than the coast? Since now that I've mentioned it, we're hotel shopping. A weekend in Melbourne and you're 100% likely to encounter murderous creatures. Sounds about right. I know somebody who's from Melbourne and I'm pretty sure that she is a murderous creature. So sounds about right. It's the small ones. Okay, we're not allowed to meet any small spiders in Australia.
Fuck that shit. I'm not going near those.
That shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Well, since we have veered into bug conversations, which are not my favorite, and we have finished with the cooking, I am thinking that we're just about done. Vic, if you go, who's going to keep an eye on the dogs? Because by then you'll have like 10. Oh, no problem, Doug. Good luck with your tacos later. I wish you all the best of luck. And Summers, I will shoot you the recipe because I know you were going to rewind and watch back through it. I'm hoping that by the end of this weekend, I will have a just the cooking version of the first stream up. So the tomato soup one, and then I'll be taking this one and doing the same thing. So if you guys want to just check the recipe part, then you'll have that available at some point. And of course, you can always DM me or post a comment on the video or something and hit me up for whatever recipe I've already cooked, or if you can think of anything that you would like to see done next week. Oh, wait, no, next week I am on vacation. So not next week, maybe not the week after, but on future streams, let me know. Happy to try and come up with stuff. Sorry for making everyone hungry, but not really sorry at all. Catch you later, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.